Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hi, this is Dr. Maame Botchway, aka Dr. MT, aka Nkola Doctor again. Today, I'm here to talk about a congenital abnormality in children. This anomaly is called anorectal malformation. I'm sure you're like, what was she talking about? Chill, don't worry. It's not such a big word. So anorectal malformations is a condition or a constellation of conditions where children are born with a problem with their anus. So a problem with their rectum and their anus. For most of these children, they are born with no anal opening. I'm sure some of you are like, what? Are you kidding me? Yes, I'm not kidding you. There are some children who are born with no opening in their anal region. Some of them have no connection. It's a blind ending tube and there's no anal opening. Some of them, the rectum rather opens into the vagina. Some of them, it opens into the urethra, and there are so many different varieties. So what happens when a child is born like that? What's the function of the anus? The anus is a connection or the out pouch that allows feces or stools to come out. After you eat, it digests, it goes through your intestines, and the waste comes out through your anus. Mind you, even though babies are not eating in the womb, they still swallow amniotic fluid. So their intestine works. So it still accumulates poo, it still accumulates dead substances. And in the newborn, we call that poo meconium. So it's very important that whenever a child is born, the hospital that a child is born, the child should be examined from head to toe. You need to fifimu, like the accounts will say fifimu. You need to check every orifice. Check your bum to see if this child has bum. Sometimes the connection may be through the vagina. So you just, as a mother, you just put on the diapers and you think that, oh, my baby is fine. There's nothing as long as I see the poo. But make sure that you can actually see a hole in the anal opening, and it's a normal looking hole. It's not a very tiny dimple. What happens when someone has an anorectal malformation or is born with no anus? This means that the intestine is still working, it still accumulates, but unfortunately the waste substances cannot come out. So the intestine keeps becoming big, and like a balloon. At a point, if the stool is not diverted, the intestine can burst. And what happens is that you have stool contamination. So the whole abdomen is contaminated with stool and it becomes an emergency. If you see it early and it doesn't burst, now the abdomen becomes very big. In medical term, we call it distension, abdominal distension. The baby starts vomiting, and this vomiting is very green. We call it bile stain vomiting. So then you rush the baby to the hospital, and as surgeons, what we do is that we need to divert. We need to create a channel so that the waste substances, which is the poo, can come out. So temporarily, we bring the intestine out so that the baby can pull through the intestine out of the abdomen. And once the baby grows a bit, we go to form a new anal opening for this baby. There are times when the rectum opens into the vagina. When that happens, if the hole is too small, we open it up a bit so that during the initial stages, the baby will continue to pull through the vagina. And when the baby grows a bit, it depends on the surgeon, we go and fix the anus. So initially we fix a nice anus. You can see in the picture that's being shown on the screen that this was a child who was born with no anal opening, and this is the procedure. We went to theater, we created the anal opening, and voila, this child has a new anal opening. So the take-home message is, whenever your child is born, you want to examine the child. Even if the child is examined in hospital, you also want to look at the baby from head to toe. Does this child have an anus? Is this child pooing? If your baby is not pooing, every baby, more than 95% of babies should poo within the first 24 hours. If after 24 hours, 48 hours, 72 hours, you've not seen any poo, don't say that, oh, akolano ndidi enti here sobeko toilet. There's already toilet inside the intestine because the child has been swallowing the amniotic fluid whilst in your womb. So every baby is supposed to pass meconium. That's the poo that they pass. So if your baby is not pooing, please see a healthcare worker. It doesn't mean the baby was born without any illness. It could be another condition, which I'll explain to you some other time. So take home messages: babies, when they're born, examine them head to toe. Watch out for the first poo that babies poo, and they should normally be in the first 24 hours, at least 48 hours, the baby should poo. I hope you got something. Thank you. Kindly follow us on our social media pages. To support us, we need your support to provide more educational sessions and to help children with these conditions. You can donate through our bank account or through our Momo. God bless you and thank you.